What is going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, coming back from yesterday. Goals for today: be patient. Only trade when signals that are your setups appear. You need to wait for the trap. I need to wait for the setup. I'm stretching the truth way too much in these setups that I'm taking. They're not actually there. And I'm trading off of things that aren't telling me it's actually a valid setup. So before I take any trades today, I want to say out loud, I want to ask myself, am I respecting the chart? If I am obviously not respecting the chart, then the answer should be no, and I should not have a trade. If I am respecting the chart, it should be a clear, obvious trade, part of my setups, and I should have no problem taking it. So as for gap stuff today, I got plenty of gap stocks that I'm looking at. Could honestly have enough to really not even pay attention to FANG stocks today, but regardless, FANG stocks still have some decent setups, so I will be looking at something. Plus, VIX is almost at 15 here. I'll see what happens here at the open. Etsy, though, is a really good looking setup here. You might be going for it already. I'm in long right now. I'm only taking 100 shares because it's kind of like a breakout of this triangle up in here that's been making the past few days. There's just a ton of reasons to be taking this trade. One, it beat its earnings and it raised its guidance. Really positive news. Failed to break down from the triangle here. Maybe I'm a little early on it. Maybe I shouldn't have been too aggressive on it. But with the past few stocks that have pretty much been in this exact same situation, gapping into all-time highs like this, they've just been running all day. And I think we could see the same thing here, but I thought we might get a decent little push after that high or the pre-market breakout there. But if we're gonna start coming back, which, geez, we're coming back really quick. Come on, man. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see when and where it starts wanting to hold. I don't know. I guess it really hasn't broken anything yet, so I gotta stick with what I gotta stick with. I mean, absolutely horrible entry. Clearly chasing. Well, Playing on Netflix was a short at 363. It opened right at 363 and just fell apart. adding more here. Stop is going to be underneath the 64.50. I'm looking at this one as just an all-day hold. Just seeing if it'll run. That's not a good sign. I'll have it in because I need to be looking at other setups. We're definitely getting stuck up here. Alright, Etsy needs to start taking off here. This trade could be done. Because it keeps getting stuffed here. SPY's about to make a new high day. Yeah, Etsy ain't looking too good right now. Needs to get above. Alright, I'm gonna have to take my eyes off of it. I mean, the point of it is for an all-day runner, so Netflix was setting up pretty nice here, getting above this 361. Kind of going with the market here. The market's pretty strong at this second. And Netflix not doing exactly what I want here. Let's see, Facebook. HTZ, nothing. MK, looking at it on my other chart here. If it pulls back, it might be a good long. Etsy trying to move higher here finally. Changing my stop to underneath 65. I'm just gonna have it in. What the? Oh, come on, man. Dude. That is absolutely unbelievable. I will look for a pullback entry. but it's got to be somewhere, probably by VWAP. Unreal, man. What am I doing? MK pulled back to VWAP once here. Looking forward to do it again. Only going 50 cents or $50 risk, so let's see. Only tapped once, need to do it again. So it might be about 30 bucks, so yeah, 100 shares is probably right on it. Let's see what we do here. We need to get above that seller. Looks like we need to get above 15 here. If the S gets above that 15, is this a, am I respecting the chart? Absolutely. This is my setup. Strong open, came back, held higher, pulling back to VWAP. There's nothing wrong with this one. We just need to bounce. Pull up here. Starting, creeping. Unbelievable. I cannot believe I butchered that Etsy trade. And it's taken off. It's at 68 right now. Started moving and I went for it. I only saw 9 and I clicked the button. I didn't see 15 and click the button. That might be my mistake here. A little better here. Alright. Baba. What's Baba doing? I got an alert on Baba. Looking to take off high day. Baba's in a, oh wow. Baba's in a really nice short spot. That is not what a VWAP bounce is supposed to look like. I'll still give it a chance. I mean, we still got to hold VWAP. That is not the candle that I should be seeing here. Definitely a hidden buyer there at that 25. I think I'm going to change my stop to just underneath him. Go 95. Save money, because that's just not what this is supposed to do. Still see him buying here, so still think I'm in this. This would be a good spot to add, but I should be adding, but because of my, what's the word? Risk restraints, I'm not. And we're having a really hard time up here, getting above these 30s. Here we go. Alright, trend may continue. It is a struggle getting up here, but we're still moving, so we'll see what happens up here. Looking to only take 25 off if we, well, depending on what we see here, because I'm still working on my new profit target stuff too. But overall, this is a really nice start here. Volume is clearly in our favor. So 84. SPY just has a huge red candle at the moment. We don't seem to care. 85, above, no blow off top, no huge volume increase. So it is safe to assume that the trend will continue, therefore I do not take a partial. Next spot to look at is 2675. So we still got a ways to go here. Yeah, this is turning into a blow off top now. I think I am gonna take a little bit off now. Now we're seeing tons of volume. We're really pushing higher here. Alright, first pullback here. Obvious spot to hold from is that 85. Let's see what we do. I'm still so salty about that Etsy trade. I just can't believe that. above 26. I'm just re-looking at MNK's daily chart here just to see if there's anything I'm missing. No, it just doesn't look like it. Maybe 50. 50 might be a problem. Yeah, 75 for sure. Then after that, yeah, okay, we're good. We'll see what happens. There's 50. No, still moving. Next to worry about 75. There's 75. No, still moving. Well, next is the whole number, so still holding as much size as I can. It obviously doesn't need to be there. I think stop loss at 80 is a good spot. Oh, Baba, my redeeming grace, is giving me a second chance here to follow my plan and get short off of this daily level that it's approaching right now. So again, it'll probably be another 100. But I'm really looking to short this 70 level. Alright, so what happened? Baba just kind of drifted up, came back to up, failed to move lower. I'm going to need to see a little more than just one tap here. Because Baba is looking strong at the moment. The market is also pulling up. So I'm not so sure that I should just jump right in front of it now. I definitely shouldn't. But it is getting back up here, so we're looking. We're waiting. Volume on this push isn't anything spectacular. Apple's at a really good spot right now too. But Apple's really strong this morning. I don't know what's going on with it. And Bubba looks like it's topping out here. Market is pulling down. We're looking alright here. I mean, I don't think it would be a terrible choice to do it in front of this, but it's still not the best choice. Still need to wait. Definitely not a lot of buying here. See, that's just retail. That doesn't mean anything. That's nothing. Alright, MK's pulling back a little bit here. MK's finally giving me my pullback. Come on, man. Be faster. Queb's looking weak. JD actually pretty strong. Momo's looking weak. Baidu looking weak. We could be okay here. If we start dropping like we're doing right now. Low 50s, I'm in. There it is. Alright, I'm in this. Stop will be above this high day. And there's a hidden buyer here. And we're under him. And there's another hidden buyer. But we are really trying to get under him, that's for sure. Okay, this is kind of a little tricky here. You look at M&K for a second. M&K's giving me a really nice stop spot here at this 20. But we need to break away from it first before I decide to get all out of it. Still watching Baba. Market's pulling up here a little bit. What is that? Alright, it's giving me a solid reason to use this as a stop, so we'll be in. Well, next decision point is if we get another blow off top here. Still watching Baba. Market's screaming up right now. It is moving up. I think, yeah, just barely made a new high there. Trend may continue. There we go, nothing wrong with it. But stop is going to be at the 17. And because I would rather look at Baba more at the moment, just to make sure. We need to drop this here. Baidu's at new low a day. M&K just broke over 27. Getting kind of stuck, not a ton of volume. People are selling Baba here. We're just not recovering enough. But we're also not breaking down, and we really need to lose this 40 here. SPY's about to make a new high a day. Netflix looks interesting. Keep seeing these in buyers here in Baba. That's gonna be a problem. But we seem to keep trying to get underneath it. I mean, there's still nothing wrong with this trade yet. Need to get to 35. There it is. M&K is above 27. Next decision point is at 27.30. It's at 27.20 right now. Volume's still looking fantastic. Alright, I need to watch it because it's important. It's getting closer. Market's still sitting close to high a day here. Queb itself looks like it's pulling up, so Baba is getting to VWAP right now with really good volume going into it, but we still have to lose VWAP. I'm not looking to do anything besides high a day here, or low a day. Alright, little doji here. That probably won't need to be there. Market's pulling down, falling off high a day, so looking better. VIX is above 15. We are back above 15. That's good to see. Queb's moving up right now. That might affect Bob a little bit. MK is getting stuck here. It's the first time we've actually seen a little bit of an issue here. Apple's at a really good short spot right now. But I think it's stuck at 175. It's a previous level from yesterday that acted as really good resistance. It did break above that resistance, but the whole number was right above it. I think I'm just going to need to see a little bit more time on it. Because if I wanted to go for it, it never broke above 175. Nope, it never even touched. Not yet, didn't. What am I talking about? Yeah, 175. Just keeping an eye on it. We're starting to see a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, starting to see a little bit. So this is a sign. This is a condition to take some more off. Baba looks like it's about to stop me out. Oh no, no wonder. Market just completely reversed here. Blew up and made a new high of day. Even turned green for a flash. Still looking at high of day for stopping out on Baba. And Queb is pulling up. Which, if you don't know, Queb is the Chinese internet stock ETF. But Baidu is one of the biggest ones in there after Baba. Yeah, market's just really strong right now. Really trying to pull it up. MK is growing volume here. I need to put that in. Trade might be done here on MNK. I think it is. This volume's growing here. We just broke underneath this 80 level, so I think it's time to call it on the MNK trade. That was good. I gave it as much time as I possibly could. Yeah, market too strong right now. Just took off. Come on, man. Alright, got out. Alright, need a second, regroup. Okay, I'm watching Facebook here. It is at a really big daily level. This whole, at least 30 cents in this range here is just a complete supply zone. So I'm really looking for the short here. I'm thinking about just starting 50 right now. So we just made a new high a day and looks like we're losing it here. I'm going to give it to about 40. I might as well go over everything here. So Facebook, obviously, previous day, high a day here. Right about this whole number here, this 166.22 level, another previous high here, plus on the daily, we got this 200 right above it here. I can't tell what the number is on it though. So that's at 40, so yeah, right about 40 here. So I'm just shorting a little bit right now. 50 is not going to be my full size. I'm only risking like 25 bucks right now. So we wait. Look at some other setups too here. I think I'm actually going to take my eyes off of it because MedP is starting to break down again here. It initially had a really nice failed breakdown, but looks like we're trying to break down again here. There's a circuit breaker. I mean, it's just been going sideways the entire day, so I don't think it's a smart idea to do what I've been doing and getting out in front of anything here. Rather, I think it'll just be better to wait for some kind of pullback. Just the same case here on HD too. HD hasn't exactly been sideways though. It's got a little bit more reason to expect something out of this. But again, we'll have to look for the pullback, I guess. friend is just saying that he took a long in Baba and just got out of it. Maybe that's what it was. I'm not sure. So the market's making another high day push right now. Facebook just hasn't really seen the same kind of strength here. I don't know. I think it's still too early to add into this here. I'll have to look for some kind of pullback, but ultimately I think we're looking at, I think by the time it gets there, probably 165.40 would be the best spot to be looking to take anything off. Should look to add into this here somewhat soon. I don't know. It's just kind of weird because the 200 is at this 40. We haven't exactly touched it yet. But the market is definitely giving me good signals that we're ready to head lower again here. I'm going to go for it. Stop's going to be, I think it's about 30. Well, that is not what I want to see. Well, now that I've given it enough time, I think we're all right here. We'll have to judge it. Looks like 55, 55 and then 40, and then VWAP. Market's pulling down. That'll help. Oh man, Apple was a really good one. Netflix ended up being a good long though. Apple did get above that 175 and eventually failed. see what happens. It looks like some buying here for sure. Not a ton of volume going off into this. So stop will remain the same for now. SPY's about to make a new high day. Facebook's not reacting though. Yeah, Facebook needs above this 80 if it's ever gonna try and regroup here. See what happens. IC is pulling back here. Not ideal again. Mid P still just kind of going sideways. Kind of failed to break out higher. Could be losing it right now. I don't know. Again, it's just going sideways. Don't want to jump in front of anything. Alright, we got 60. 50s. 55. What do we got? Very slow. Oh, stuffed under. We're running into a lot of things. We're not breaking down super hard here. I'm seeing some volume, but not a lot. So I'm going to take that as a little bit of a warning sign, kind of like a warning sign condition here. SPY's holding higher. Looks like it might want to be busting out here pretty soon. If I think it does, I'm almost certain Facebook will be carried with it, so I'll wait for some kind of reaction first. Grinding. Yeah, we're having problems where we should be having problems. I mean, it only makes sense. Spy's getting ready to bust up here. We'll see what happens. If Facebook reacts to it, I mean, there's good volume coming into this push here too. I would not be surprised at all to see us start wanting to move higher here. Giving it a moment. We'll see what happens. So far, Spy not liking it. Tick's giving me split signals here, as is everything. So, I mean, the trade's not dead yet. Yeah, I think we're good here. See, somebody sold 5,000, bought 1,000, and then the rest of this is just 100 nonsense. Really wish that I could filter this out. I don't want to ever see the hundreds. Well, now's the time for Facebook to lose it. There's 40. This is going to be a tough spot, but it might be a bit of a grind here. We'll just have to judge it accordingly. We still haven't really gotten a significant pullback here on Facebook. It's been trending lower still. See what happens. About to be the first hour of the day here. Underneath the 30s. Good volume on it. See what happens at 30. No reason to take anything yet. There's 30. 31. Bouncing a little bit. Seeing good volume here. I mean, people are shorting right on this. Yeah, it's 1,000 shares there. Close to 1,000 in there. I think we're still in this. Alright, there's the hour. And we're under too. Good looking. Alright, so next spot to be concerned about. It was like 164.90. 164.90. It's not a really good level though. It's about like a week ago. It's a week ago pivot point, which the past few days it didn't really care about, but for all we know, today could be the day that it wants to come into play. So just gotta be conscious of everything. It's only support and resistance if it acts like support and resistance. Here come the lawn guys. That's too much sideways for me. No, definitely not. Guess we're breaking down here. Volume seems to be dying off a little bit. Okay, this kind of changes things here. I'm definitely looking for a pullback here to get out of this Facebook trade, because the SPY's not going to fail a breakdown here. It very well might want to try again for a high day here. Facebook surely wouldn't be that far behind here, but Facebook hasn't given me a good spot to get out yet. See what the SPY's doing. Yeah, I think I got a new stop here. That's good. That's not good. That's tough. Let's give me a pull down here. I think I should stick with this, because the SPY is gonna make a difference on Facebook at some point here. And Facebook kind of reacted to this here, but we still got stuck at VWAP. So if the SPY is gonna keep grinding higher, Facebook's gonna keep tapping into this. I think it's just a smart idea here to just get out right above it. A bunch of buys there, but again, look at all these hundreds. Yeah, those aren't hundreds. Those are much bigger. Should be pulling down here. Let's see. If SPY can lose it here. Tick chart just got really weak. NASDAQ just plummeting right now. Can't trade what you think, gotta trade what you see. What do I see right now? Right now I see Facebook trying to get above VWAP. I don't see it failing here. Internal's telling me we're weak, but Facebook seems to be catching a bid. I mean, I'm not really surprised. I mean, we're still at the same spot here where the SPY should be bouncing up from. Five-minute little shoot or hammer here. Yeah, lower volume. Yeah, I mean, just gotta stick with it. It is what it is. And I am out. There is always a case for re-entry. Okay, it just came back here. I mean, it just flashed those 60s. Probably got a little big here too, because my risk really isn't that much. Come on, man. This isn't. It's not anything. It came right to it. I was saying I wanted to get in at 60. I mean, it just flashed it, and it's already back up again. The SPY is just ridiculous right now. We just had that big breakdown, and then all of a sudden, straight vertical. I mean, it's really throwing off the FANG stock, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit and really let things settle down and set up again if they're gonna. Because what once looked like good longs now looks like good short, or what was good shorts now is good longs. Just got to find out where. Am I respecting price action here? So, Etsy popped up, broke down, came down to this level, held it, popped up again, still trying to hold higher here. Not a ton of volume here. I think I'm still in this. I think this is still a viable trade here. But I gotta get my test. I need my entry. Here's 60, 58, 56, that was the low, 54. Unless it pops back up like right now. I'm just not seeing it on the tape. I'm not giving up on it yet, but I'm not seeing it on the tape. Alright, go for it. Saw buyers stepping up here, people showing up. SPY's still ripping up. Stop's gonna be super close here. So far pretty slow here. It's not a good reaction. So we're holding this level here. Did this just happen? I think this just happened. People buying now. Might have been its last ditch effort there. It's still... What are you gonna do? I mean, it's still respecting everything, no matter how weak this looks. I'm just trying to get a chance here. If it pops into the 60s, I just get out with a small loss if that 60s move fails. But we just keep respecting this. That a new break of this 60 might completely change this trade, and either way, my stop is in a good spot. So this is it trying to break down now. And it's not. Look, there's just nobody buying here. There's nothing here. Bit stepped up, dropping a little bit. Alright, I'm out. Not a good trade to be in anymore. So in the past that I've been taking these triangle trades that have been failing which way or another, usually ends up being a really good trade in the other direction here. So if this is going to be a complete long trap here, this might actually, where my original stop loss was, might actually be a pretty good short. I think I'm going to go for that. So I'm only risking about 35 cents here, so 150 is right on it. Is this respecting the chart? I think so. I mean, we got a trap trader situation up here where we're just really good volume into it, and everybody else is looking to get out somewhere around here. Oh. Well, I guess we'll see. It is at a stock that's all-time highs. I mean, is it ever a good idea to short a stock that's at all-time highs? We'll come back, I guess. Okay, I'm watching the video and I am just going to start into this position here. So I really like everything that's going on right now. So first of all, SPY had a big run down, big run up, failed to hold it, came back again, starting to roll over just right now. Internals themselves are starting to make new lows, failing to make new highs, advanced declines turn lower, VIX is turning up, things are starting to look a little more bearish again. And then as for NVIDIA itself here, so obviously broke down super hard, Didn't end up taking that re-entry there on this candle here, but either way we came back to it again, same spot, yesterday's close here, and we're forming a really nice head and shoulders pattern here, plus this the triangle that it's kind of in right now, looking like it's getting ready to just dump straight through. So I'm just trying to get a started position here, definitely looking to add back into this if it gives me the opportunity to. Stop for right now is just going to be above this 50, but I think this has got a really solid chance to keep continuing lower. This 34 level here, just previous lows here and pivot points. Next spot to worry about is this 70, but I mean today didn't come into play at all. I mean, maybe this 33 here, but ultimately I'm thinking we still got towards low a day, possibly 156 again. So that's just where we're looking at right now. So I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Just doing some of my stat work while I'm sitting and waiting. O'clock. See what happens. I would expect this to hold here. In fact, I would like to see it hold and start failing up here again, because this 30 level, this is where the big daily spot is. We're trading around it. If we end up pulling back to it. Gotta lose 84. Can you get breakdown for full again? This could make yourself potentially. Really good here. Look at the Mark 2 BITF here, and some big cell just came in. It's also just like here. So you gotta see what dump just there's one more size though, but it is what it is. Just keep an eye on it. I might do some here. Netflix will have this competition now too. He's long here, I'll pull right back to it. No, that's not true here. I think it's full, makes sense. Full side down for this radian. Maybe it's but not so much. That's really low. But that's a super strong late, it's not time short yet. I think it's really, isn't it? I think so, here, makes sense. There goes high. Alright, so pull back here. Probably 70 is where I'm looking. But I need to see more than just one attempt here. I think it's 10,000, so slide in 10 right down here, take it back up. Take maybe low, it's going, this is flat, but it's also rising right now. So, the chance here is too bad, it's up here, but I mean, I can pull back, let's see how far it is. Let's try. I don't know, I just don't feel good about shorting Apple. I just don't. Okay, here we go. Still haven't touched 70 yet. I'm gonna take this here. We're still seeming like we're rolling over. I'll still give it a chance for a pullback too. I mean, my current stop loss right now is going to be up here at this 10 still, unless we decide to pull down from here. Yeah, stop loss 10. See where we get. Tick failed to make new highs, is turning lower. I mean, this still isn't anything. This is just retail noise. I want to see the big guys, and the big guys are selling. Sell buy. I mean, ultimately the price needs to be. So here's the that is these side shots from. That's big, I didn't. You gotta wait. Thanks, that's the lowest line, you gotta get a chance here. It's really firm, because sometimes it does, sometimes it once, and then I'll be into it. That's might take a little bit. So wait, so. enough. These are some of these orders. I get you too. Maybe difference around though. This might gotta go with 60 again here. 60 now, I think you guys also got to low right now. So I'm getting back to you, I have this feeling. I think there's still a case here. That's why you though. See what happens. I was gonna lose him. Still, we're just not supposed to stay on complex life. What's like in the low 60s? We can stop that here. It's nice to be up. Like that. 6 still has to be nice. So it's not up right now. Video isn't responding yet. Yeah, market's really changing now. Facebook's really bullish. Also, Netflix too here. So it's still online too here. So it's interesting. See weakness in the video, but the market's not strong right now. I don't really know what I want to do right now. I guess that was the concept. Alright, I'll go find you. You're still every reason to these levels. So I mean, I still got reason to be in this. Alright, if we get 65, hit it. I will be doing this now. It's like 91, good. Yeah, so I'm going now. So I'm just going to get out of this thing. Let's start around still. I mean, still respect levels. Look at all that. That's still. Am I here? Check that out. I feel like it's just waiting right now for the semiconductor came back up, just touching VWAP, looking like it wants to roll over. AMD kind of doing the same. Market's turning lower right now. If we get underneath this dude at 80, I'm getting in. It'll turn up. Market's turning lower right now again. It's headed back to that 60. Alright, here's 90. 91. The market's turning lower right now. We might just want to be seeing a touch of that trend line still. Anybody that's getting long here is getting trapped. But they're only getting trapped if we move lower. And, oh, come on. There it is, I'm in. Stop is going to be... It just wouldn't make sense to keep it not above a whole number. We'll see where we develop here. Still, always want to see that. Good volume here. Market's moving lower, but it's not dumping lower. NVIDIA giving me really good signs here, though. Let's see, average cost is 80, so I'm short 200. I mean, risk is 60 bucks up here. This feels like it's a really good spot, though, to get out of this trade if it gets up there. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna stick with it. Yes, I know the whole number's here. Yeah, I got a trend line here, but we're supposed to dump. And if we're in a long biased market, and I'm short something, well then things really need to scream out to me that we're a good short. And while they are, they could easily change at any moment here. SPY's getting closer and closer to 60. And we'll see if it bounces. Plenty of points to worry about here. So first is going to be probably 50. 50, then 30, then 25, and then we got low a day, and then we got 156. Ultimate profit target's 156 here, but I'm just going to let it work, see what we can do. It's interesting, all these Fang Sucks had a really big pullback, and now they're pulling down again. But not great volume. We're okay right now. We're not super spectacular here. Tick's starting to turn, advanced decline's turning. It's starting to get a little better though. I'm gonna have to just let this go because I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm finding 16 US slash close again. Let me see what happens. 16 again. Here we go. Much better here. Leave. Let's see what in here. We get a huge low off on. It's bottom. I don't get some take profits. You only get some take profits very low and then get the volume. We'll go where. So I'm gonna take 50 off. We have all growing size right now. If you have all this, no problem. I mean, last time we just got right back again. So let's see how this clients. Let's see here. It's pretty good. So we have very again volume too. Sector itself. Technology really. Plenty. So don't take. Wait. Let me see. So I can make up in here. Feels good. I got nothing for much too, so 137 shares, not too low. So now start feeling again. Still in this, but it's not done right now. Like I see it on the sides. That's why I thought we didn't really but he's holding. He wants something. He's not losing here. So we're probably looking at, but we're not seeing anything. So it's only this force is only flying here, which will cause it to pull back up like it now. So I got a reason taking off. I still have to try and continue here. Maybe it's just isn't enough hunts. It could be less hunts for a while. So I'm just pulling back on them. 400, that's 300, that's 280 there. So I was already not getting the time, it's already pulling a little bit. Take me a little bit, it's nice to flat though. So when I see some more I guess here, still it's really enough to change this out. I mean, possible value plus 60, but no. So I pulling up, I like that. Things are trending lower, but not going lower. So I was trying to do this here, it's a really big volume on this apple leg up. See, we're gonna have to lose it here. Still trying. Got 20s. Do I want to add again? Maybe. That's what I'll do here. I'm not gonna single it yet. So I think recovery, I have to claim VF, yesterday's close, and that's again, so we gotta rework here. Plus this level, this is that spot, right? Oh, that's the second camera. These have 21st. It seems to make a decision. It's taking a isn't it? It's getting nice. So that's one here. I think that if he gets tested above this, and that fails, I'm going to add again. For another again. So that'll be rare again. He's got 4-6, and he's marks down. Second right cells right now. I think he's really good. So he needs to lock in here. 4-6. Flash it. What's he got? Big your video. See what that does. There you go. Good looking. Doing a test though. On the test. I want to add it. You're like so good right now though. It's just I'm kind of stuck here because we're right into a sports spot. I'm really short top. This is not bottom of it. Nice lower. Really good here. Oh yeah, 5,000. 22. 21. Underneath. Alright. We can accept the trend to 50. Stop loss now at 50. Not seeing huge volume, not seeing any absolute drops here. So again, don't have reason to take anything off yet. We can just simply expect it to be, it's just being the lunch right now. So I still that level. And we're getting this a lot of day here, so I'm not actually what I expect, but I would expect low volumes that require some kind of higher volumes over trend already in going into lunch hours. And I don't know if Mark's going to find that kind of strength at some point. So we'll just have to see. Tick. Not going to look at this rise here. Here's how the size barely need to be low as they go back up. They should be filling here. We don't see 40s sure, but also don't see any 30s. So I'm trying to get here. Take out, let's go high. Unless he hasn't. So let's right up again. Yeah, we're weak. I need for that line. So I'm keeping result. No blow up on still nothing. No reason to expect the break. I will stop again. 30, 34 looks like. That's 35. That's an idea. Got for 3 pennies. This is my stack, okay? I mean, you just tell us in control. You don't show up now, remember. Okay, now we're starting to get into a little bit of me wanting to take some off here. Because I'm really up here, and I was going to point here. See big on some of the big accounts here. They all let us go. I mean, it's big, it's not like drastic massive or anything. This is something that was kept going. We had last time I looked like this. At one thousand, just kept going. And you can see how straight it got, and it's just a kind of like it's looking for a much bigger volume explosion than this. Probably something like 75. That's what we're holding. So we got ETH today, okay? It's a little bigger. The other just there's nothing special about this. That might be a little special, but considering what came after. Sometimes he's on the other, because this time the same dude. Surely they must be just the exact same thing. Actually, that's right. He's still. Spy's not dumping here. I'm starting to see some warning signs again. Tick failed to make new low. Advanced declines flattening out. VIX flattening out. Failed to make a new low here. And the SPY itself made it push lower. Didn't make a new high. And it's starting to hold a little higher again. So starting to see some warning signs here. Yeah, SPY might be dumping here. Alright, we need to see some kind of volume blast off here. or else I'm still holding. It's getting kind of stuck here. The other condition for me to take a partial is if we break a resistance level and we get volume, but we don't go anywhere. So we're getting some volume here. Okay, we're starting to make a move here. No. I think just because of that last little push that it had there, I think I'm still holding everything. I'm not going to take anything yet. I'll let it give me my stop loss. Stop loss still up here at this 40 for now. I mean, I definitely don't expect it to make a run straight for it. Oh, big squeeze candle on the SPY. Big squeeze candle on the SPY. Came right back to the top of this little range here. I'm starting to see these warning signs. I mean, we'll see what happens. Again, it's just giving me a good spot to put my stop. There's definitely not a good point in adding anymore either. I think I'm well past that point. It's a good sign. Need to see SPY fail this. Otherwise, this little top here, it's like 91, might be it. 89, 92, yep. I don't know, I'm starting to get cold feet here. No, I lied. I'm not getting cold feet. If it ends up breaking above this, that's fine. It's still got the trend line. It's still got everything else. Just still got to give it a chance here. It only came up here once. I mean, this is the first pullback that we've had since we just made a new low a day, so I am seeing warning signs, but I mean, we're still respecting these levels that we need to be holding under, so still in it to win it. Let's look at that. What is that? That's just ugly. Well, Tick ended up making new highs here on this little pullback up. So, again, warning signs are still here. You can see volume is still pretty big. Well, not so much. But we're also not dropping anymore. I gotta give it a chance still. If it wants to test higher than 90, it wants to test higher than 90. You crazy spy. I'm waiting for Tick to tell me this is actually a solid down move here, otherwise I feel like we're just gonna bounce again. Look at that volume. That's a solid move. Not great. I need to see a test above though. I gotta give it a chance. I mean, the semiconductor is super weak right now. Clearly got more downside. But if Nvidia is gonna keep being affected by the SPY here, might be seeing something sooner than later. I mean, if it keeps want to sit under this is a really good situation here. But it's weird though, because we're consolidating above the previous low a day here. It'd be really nice if it was under previous low a day, because given the circumstances of the market right now, this is telling me that we're just going to bounce here. Tick failed to make a new low. Advanced decline's still moving lower. Fix is sideways, but Tick looks like it's starting to move up again. I think we're just seeing another cycle go through. Just fortunate enough to catch the downside one here. You can just tell that buyers are starting to step in up here, because we're seeing this big volume, and in the past big volume has meant we were going lower, but now we're seeing big volume and we're not going any lower, we're going sideways, so we're kind of matched here. Buyers and sellers are winning here. People are buying down here. I definitely don't blame them. Almost like a micro triangle right now. It's definitely getting close to putting in my stop up here. Advanced decline still dropping. VIX still rising. Big buyer showed up. We're stepping up here. I feel like I want to get out of this trade. But I know that this is just a complex pullback. We got our pullback, failed to make a new low, so the previous pivot is still in effect, which really is this 92. Geez, I guess really that would make it this 40 up here, 35. But this is I'm seeing enough that would make it would make sense to want to get out above this 90 here. But I need to give it a chance. I mean, it might be The exact same scenario that we saw right here, where it pops above and just fails and then dumps again. We shall see. God, I feel like there's just going to be a big short squeeze. This is killing me. I mean, if there's tons of shorts just like me looking to get out of their short position right now. And where are they looking to get out at? I'm going to put it in. I'm going to have it in, and if it ends up being a trap, I'll just get back in. This is it. This is the deciding point. Where will we go? And I'm out. I'm out, and I'll be back in, well, let's see what happens, I guess. Maybe I should still sit here and watch this. Big buyers here. Yeah, we'll come back if it is anything. Alright guys, that is going to be it for me on the day. NVIDIA, can't believe it, but ended up trapping here again before it finally sold off. I really don't see how I could have gotten back into this. I mean, I'm just trying to look at levels, and I mean, the only thing here is just this 157 whole number. Possibly the 25. I mean, if anything, the 25, but we never even got there to this downtrend line, and regardless of what the SPY was doing, it did squeeze higher, and that's where this was, but as it drifted lower, that's when NVIDIA just finally gave in. I just don't really see, I didn't disrespect any of my rules. I mean, I followed my rules. I stopped out where I should have. It's just my re-entry is, I just don't see a case for a re-entry here. I mean, the only thing that would have made sense is probably a break underneath the 80s here. But even then, SPY had gotten back to this level. I don't know. It's just one of those things that just happens, I guess. I don't know. Either way, going on the trades, I'm gonna just kind of glance over my guess. Etsy was just a mess from the beginning. Misplaced my stop order, missed a really nice move. The triangle that it set up later on ended up being pretty okay. It was another B setup, so it ended up breaking above this triangle. Had really good volume. Pulled back pretty hard here, so I waited for another pullback to see if I get an entry, and again we got above this 68 and failed. So at this point, it's something's wrong. But regardless, I'm entering in on a pullback here. I think I only took 150 shares. 150 shares here with a stop just underneath, so I mean I really wasn't risking much. So it was still about 50 bucks, but I don't know. It still had the chance. It definitely was not an ideal trade. So either way, I ended up cutting it off fairly quickly once I finally got a chance that it told me it didn't want higher anymore. Otherwise, obviously, I would have been stopped out the very next candle. So probably, I don't know if I'm going to call it the trade of the day, but M&K worked out really well. I mean, picture perfect, popped up, came back to view out, bounced once, bounced twice, 3 times, 4 times even. And I was a little early on the entry. I remember telling myself I wanted to catch it over, I think it was 15 here. And I ended up seeing it at 9, and I got filled at $24.99. So somehow I got filled in a good sense, like 20 cents, or not 20 cents, but about 10 cents of slippage there. Took a little bit, but it finally ended up taking off here. Luckily, it didn't stop me out. Took a little bit off as it moved, got a little bit overextended here, and then I let the rest ride really as long as I could. I took a little bit more because this is a pretty big resistance level up here, and we started bouncing off of it. And that's just one of the rules of taking it off, is if you get heavy volume up towards a resistance level and we're not breaking through it, then just take a little bit off. So ended up cutting the rest of it just underneath as it made a push here, so really captured as much as I could on that trade. Baba was looking pretty good. This 180.80 was a pretty big daily level. We spiked up above it. Don't remember exactly what the SPY was doing here. So that was at 952. So at 952, the market was somewhat weak, but still kind of too early in the day to call it. Either way, I got the short as it failed another push higher there. Get out of here. So I got in at 51, which was just underneath this candle here. Ended up coming to VWAP, bounced off of it kind of nicely, but I expected more. I mean, it wasn't enough to take a partial, and I mean, we just took off from that point and started going higher. So I don't know. I'm looking at it now. It's making higher highs and it's making lower or higher lows here. I mean, the chance was there, but I think ultimately I should have been looking to exit probably at this above this pivot point here, because it is uptrending here. Came off the pre-market bouncing up. Yeah, you know, the case is there, I guess. I probably should have cut it earlier than I did. Facebook also based off of the daily level. This whole area in here from 40 to 20 is just all really good resistance. I think the 15, the 20, and then the 200 daily SMA was right here at this 40. So we bounced off of these daily levels. You can probably still see them on the 60 here. So yesterday's levels, plus I know back here there's a little bit more. I was just looking for failure up here. So we ended up making the spike above, and we got stuff back underneath. And I decided to get a small starter, only 50 shares, risking like 20 bucks to start. And immediately we get this nice big down push. Comes back for a little bit of a pullback here, and I add on that. And then I think this partial's a little too early. I'm not exactly sure why I took some off right here. I'll have to rewatch the tape and figure that one out. Either way, I think I should have just been all out at this point here, because I got a really nice move underneath VWAP, but we didn't start selling off here. So this was at about 10:30. 10:30, the market's holding up and it's holding higher, and it looks like it's bouncing and moving higher too. So 39 is where I stopped out at, and 39 is by, I don't know. It's there, I guess. Either way, I stopped out where I should have. Ended up pulling all the way back here. I fell even more, but there's no case for re-entry in there for me. The good short was from up here. And then the last trade was NVIDIA. NVIDIA was a super solid setup here. Ended up making a nice little triangle breakdown. Something like this. Plus it was kind of a head and shoulders here too. You can just kind of see the neckline here. You got the shoulder, head, shoulder, and then it just rolled over and it gave up. So I entered in a little bit early on it. I expected to see another pullback to somewhere, at least around the trend line here. But we never got it. We just kind of ticked underneath and then just rolled over and started losing it. I waited for another pullback to add, got some, ended up pulling up a little higher as it's a complex pullback. And popped above this 80, and this is the spot that we should be holding underneath, and we got there. Stuff right underneath. I think if I remember right, there was a big buyer here at this 80, and as soon as we lost him, I was in on it. And I mean, we never got any pullbacks that were worth holding on to, I guess. I mean, I'm looking for, so I'm reading a book, Price Action Trading from Lance Beggs, and there's pullbacks and then there's complex pullbacks. Complex pullbacks are whenever the stock does not make a new low after pulling back for the first time. So here we kind of have a mini complex pullback. So found a bottom, made a new low, ended up bouncing higher above the recent pivot, so then we got a little pivot point up here. So this is not my new stop loss placement. This is just a complex pullback. This is still my stop loss placement. Ended up rolling over, popped up again, came underneath, popped up again, failed to make a new low here, failed to make a new high, but so this is again just a complex pullback. I mean, it ended up being a complex pullback, but because of the signs that I was seeing in the market, the trade looked like it was over. I mean, it just made a new low a day and was starting to pull back up, as was the rest of the market, so I decided to cut it. But the case for re-entry was there, as this was my ultimate stop loss that I should have been sticking with, I guess, or should have been the real one that I should have traded off of. I mean, this one just became it as it made the new low there, so I don't know. I still don't think I made any mistakes. I respected the warning signs. I saw what I was seeing, and it did end up spiking above, so saved myself some money, I guess. Either way, is what it is. Finishing the day plus 200 bucks. Feeling really good. Definitely read this. I'm still working on it now, but going into tomorrow, still $50 risk. This adding in a trade seemed to work out very well today. We'll obviously have to continue that into tomorrow, and we'll just have to pick it up from there. Thanks for watching.